So yesterday we saw that the introduction of ratio analysis. What is ratio? What are financial analysis? What are its advantages, limitations? All those things we have seen. So today we will see about the classification of ratio analysis. Okay. So classification of accounting ratios. We have 4 types over here: liquidity ratios, leverage ratio, turnover ratios, and profitability ratios. We'll be studying all these 4. Within that, again, you have different types. We'll be studying each type of ratios. So firstly, we'll go for liquidity ratio. This type of ratio helps in measuring the ability of a company to take care of its short-term obligations. A higher liquidity ratio represents that the company is highly rich in cash. Okay, so liquidity means here we are dealing with only short-term obligations. Short-term obligations means what? Current assets, current liabilities, working capital. Mainly we are dealing with the working capital over here. So by calculating, going through these liquidity ratios, we can measure the short-term obligations of the company. Types of liquidity ratios. Again, you have 4 types over here. First one is called as current ratio. Mainly it is called as current ratio. It is also called as a working capital ratio. Second one is quick ratio or liquidity ratio or asset test ratio. So it may be called by any of these 3 names. That is not fixed. In question paper also sometimes it may be asked as asset test ratio or liquidity ratio or quick ratio. You should be very clear what it is. Third one is absolute liquid ratio or cash ratio. Then fourth one is stock to working capital ratio. In this, most important are these 2, first one and second one, current ratio and liquidity ratio. So first we'll go for current ratio. So current ratio, the ratio is the ratio between current assets and current liabilities of a company. The current ratio is used to indicate the liquidity of an organization in being able to meet its debt obligations in the upcoming 12 months. A higher current ratio will indicate that the organization is highly capable of repaying its short-term obligations. So current ratio is mainly a ratio between current assets and current liabilities. Okay. So current assets means how much you have. Liability is how much you have to pay. The ratio will help you analyze what is the debt paying capacity, short-term debt paying capacity of the company. So the formula for this is current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. Taking down each of this is very, very important. Okay. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. So here you can write it like this also. Current assets, what do you mean by current assets? Current assets means cash and those assets which can be converted into cash within 1 year in ordinary course of business. Current liabilities means current liabilities are those which are to be paid by the firm in 1 year. Take down this part. Okay, this is regarding the current ratio. So we'll see further. Here, again I have written this. Very important are these formulas. Again, I'll repeat you. Current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. Interpretation. That means what? A ratio ಒಳಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ answer ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ what does it mean? When you calculate and you get an answer, what does that mean? That also you should know. You see, the standard ratio for current is standard or ideal ratio, we call it as. The standard or ideal current ratio is 2:1. This is very, very important. Is 2:1. If the current ratio is less than the standard ratio 2:1, it indicates that the concern does not enjoy sufficient liquidity. There is a shortage of working capital. 2:1 ಕಿನ್ನು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? Current assets are less. When current assets are less, you don't have sufficient amount to pay back your debts. Okay, that is the meaning. If current asset is more than the standard ratio, it indicates that the concern has sufficient liquidity. Current asset ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು 2:1 or more than that, then it indicates that the company has or the concern has sufficient liquidity to pay off its debts. So first of all, we should know what are current assets over here. So all these years you have been calculating. Still I will be explaining you. Will take down the list, and this list everybody should have. This is very important. It doesn't mean that you do not know. You know, still you have to go for each and every item. If you miss one item, there the calculation will be wrong. So in the current assets, you have firstly current investments, marketable securities, you have inventories, in that stock, trade receivables, sundry debtors and bills receivable, cash and cash equivalent, cash and cash at bank, short-term loans and advances to staff, money at call or short notice, prepaid expenses. Other current assets are outstanding incomes. Okay, so what it does not include? Current assets does not include the following, that is, loose tools are always fixed assets, preliminary expenses, fictitious assets, trade investments are always long-term, doubtful debtors you should not take, any current assets hypothecated, any current asset which is not realizable, discount on issue of shares, discount on issue of debentures, other deferred expenses such as advertisement, suspense account, all these does not come under current assets. Okay, so you should, all of you should have this complete list. What are current assets? You should know. Next, what are current liabilities? So you have short-term borrowings, in that bank overdraft, short-term loans or advances, deposits, that is credit. Then trade payable, sundry creditors, bills payable. Other current liabilities, that is income tax payable, excise duty or VAT payable, outstanding expenses, income received in advance, unclaimed dividend, interest due or payable, installment payment on long-term loans, short-term provisions such as provision for tax, proposed dividend, provision for salary, wages, etc. Any amount payable in short period. The current ratio measures its short-term solvency, that is its ability to meet short-term obligations. You have to remember all these items. In your problem, what happens, some of items will be given in mix. Ide current assets, ide current liabilities and kodala, eradu seri kodtare. So what will be your duty in there? You have to bifurcate. What are current assets, what are current liabilities, what are long-term liabilities, bifurcate everything. And you have to take current assets and current liabilities. So for that, you should know what are your current liabilities. Okay. So here, I'll have directly come for a problem. Take down this. From the following information, calculate current ratio. Stock 60,000, debtors 54,000, cash 20,000, bank 40,000, bills receivable 24,000, creditors 70,000, bills payable 24,000, interest receivable 1,000, prepaid expenses 1,000, debentures 1 lakh, provision for taxation rupees 6,000. Okay, take down this problem. So now in this, you have to tell me what are current assets and current liabilities. Stock is what? It's a current asset. Debtors, current assets. Cash, current assets. Bank, current assets. Bills receivable, current assets. Creditors is liabilities. bills payable is liabilities, interest receivable is asset, prepaid expenses, debentures you have, provision for taxation again liabilities. Okay, now you see the items are given like this, and now you have to bifurcate what are current assets, what are current liabilities, then go for this formula. You see, so here I have done it like this. You see, you have to take down solution, write down this part, current assets. In that current investments, the format should be like this only, so that you'll be clear with all the problems. Inventories, stock you have. You see the first one, stock is there. I have taken this stock. How much? 60,000. Stock 60,000. I have taken it from here. Stock is current assets. Then trade receivables, sundry debtors 54,000. You see next you have debtors 54,000 that has come over here. Bills receivable 24,000. We have here bills receivables, this part 24,000 is taken over here. So this is a trade receivable 78,000. After that cash 20,000. So we have cash here 20,000. Bank 40,000. Bank is 40,000. Then bills receivable you have, sorry, that is the total of cash and cash equivalent 60,000. Then short-term loans and advances, prepaid expenses 1,000. It is given over here. Prepaid expenses is a current asset you are taking over here. And other current assets, that is interest receivable. Interest receivable 1,000. This has been taken over here. So these many items are current assets. It comes to rupees 2 lakhs. Okay, take down this. So next we'll see what are the current liabilities. So what are left over here? Creditors, bills payable, and provision for taxation. So in this trade payable, you have sundry creditors 70,000 here, and bills payable 24,000, provision for taxation 6,000 that you have taken over here. Okay, so current liabilities is 1 lakh. Now, what as per our formula, current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. So, current asset is 2 lakh, which we had seen here. So, this 2 lakh is taken here. 2 lakhs divided by 1 lakh, you will get it as 2 divided by 1, that is 2:1. This is the ratio. Okay. The next one, this is how you'll calculate the current ratios. I will give one more problem here. Take down this part. Second one, calculate current assets from the following information. Current ratio is 4. Current liabilities is 1,20,000. Okay, it is given like this. Current ratio is 4. Current liabilities is 1,20,000. Only this is a problem. Now, current ratio, we all know that the formula is current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. What it says, calculate current assets. It is not asking us to calculate current ratio. Current ratio is already given. Liability is already given. We have to find out current assets. Okay. So in this, current ratio is equal to current assets divided by current liabilities. We know current ratio, it is 4. Okay, current assets we do not know, we have to calculate it. Current liabilities we know it is 1,20,000. Now by cross multiplication, all of you know this cross multiplication. By cross multiplication, current assets, it will come this side. Current assets is equal to 1,24,000 into 4. You will get this as 4,80,000. So 4,80,000 is the current asset. Understood this? We'll go for another problem. All of you have understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, take down this problem. Third one. From the following information, calculate current ratio. You see, you have to calculate current ratio here. Again, same type, you have stock 2 lakhs, debtors 3 lakhs, cash 3 lakhs, creditors 3 lakhs 20,000, bills payable 60,000, outstanding expenses 20,000. Outstanding expenses 20,000. So here, what are current assets? Stock is current asset, debtors are current assets, cash current asset. Okay, anything else you have as a current asset? No, only these three items. So 2 lakhs plus 3 lakhs plus 3 lakhs, it is 8 lakhs. Next, creditors 3 lakh 20,000, bills payable 60,000, outstanding expenses 20,000, together it is 4 lakhs. So current ratio is 2:1. 8 lakhs divided by 4 lakhs, you will get 2:1. Got this? Yes. This is how you'll be calculating current ratio. Like this, there are many other problems. So first you try to understand what it is and how to calculate, get the idea. It is not that you'll be given always like this. Always you won't have this type of problem. You'll be having this type of problems also. So when we study some more different types, that is when we come back to these types, that is a liquid ratio, cash ratio, and stock to working capital ratio, once we understand all these things, again in combination you'll be having problems. So we'll look into that in our next class. Okay, today we'll stop over here. Tomorrow I'll go for the second type of ratios along with some more problems.